Fellowship in Geriatric Medicine at the University of California, Los Angeles. She is deeply involved in several advocacies related to aging, and she regularly gives lectures, both medical to medical professionals and the public, to enhance the various health issues affecting older adults. Truly an advocate for healthy aging in Filipinos. Dr. Dumlao, give us a wave. There you go. And it is now my honor to begin this panel discussion with truly an esteemed panel. Hi! So, Dr. Solante, Dr. Dumlao, Dr. Fernandez, and Miss Nanette Inventor. I want to rewind to our very first speaker, that is Dr. Solante. So, like I said, wake-up call, the presentation mo, Doc Solante. Reviewing of different pulmonary diseases, flu versus COVID versus RSV. It's such a wake-up call na pinakamabigat ang RSV. Pero yun nga, as much as it's a wake-up call for us, how can we diagnose, could you remind or highlight again how we find that it is RSV, to take the steps to get to the diagnosis, and then it's not treatment, it's management. Just a quick review to drive it home.
Yeah, thank you, Isa. No? So I think all of you has listened to that particular part, that it's so difficult to differentiate if the symptom of fever, cough, difficulty of breathing, nahirapang huminga, dinala sa hospital, is it COVID, is it flu, or is it RSV? And the only way we can do that is do the test, okay? And that's why I think the advocacy part here is that you don't need to differentiate, no? Because alam naman natin that talagang overlapping ang mga symptoms niyan. The only thing that we need to look at is that we should differentiate it when they will be in the hospital, pero hindi naman lahat na-admit. So, what is the most important part there? Prevent. Prevent from getting the infection. Para hindi ka na malito, hindi ka na ano. If there is vaccine available for COVID, for influenza, or even for RSV, bakunahan mo na. Para wala ka na, rule out na. Pag meron kang hingal, meron na hospital, o nabakunahan na to, o nabakunahan ng COVID, nabakunahan na ng flu, or if the vaccine is already available for RSV, nabakunahan na. So at least, mal-lower na yung chances mo that you are still thinking of the three. That's the challenge, Isa, because a lot of these infectious diseases causing respiratory symptoms, so difficult to really differentiate based on symptoms alone.
And of course, this is a good conversation to have with your doctor.
Correct, no? And ang isa sa mga advice, and I think Sandy will agree with me and Benny, pag merong mga ganitong symptoms ang mga pasyente nyo with an age of 60, 65, 70, patingnan nyo na.
60 and above.
60 and above. Huwag nyo nang sabihin na, oh, mag-stay ka lang sa home, i-monitor kita. I think this is the people, the patients that you need to test para lang malaman. Because these people will start with the mild symptoms. Diba, Ma'am Nanette, yung sinabi mo noon, wala kang lagnat, wala kang tubo.
Yeah, dumiretso sa pneumonia.
Oh, diretso na.
Magaling na.
That fast.
Dumiretso.
Yes, so yung mga ganon, you have this vulnerable population, you have a lot of this comorbidity, communicate with them the importance of doing the test, and doon na yun, monitor, and kailangan i-admit, i-admit.
Let's jump to Dr. Fernandez on that. You want to add to what Dr. Solante said?
So for that patient of mine, Isa, it was more parang fearful for me to see RSV rather than influenza or COVID because we have medications for COVID, we have medications for influenza. I'll be more confident that I have something to give. But for RSV, there's no direct treatment for it. So I was actually more scared for my patient when she was confined for that. And that's why she was really adamant in terms of the action plan after the hospitalization. I need to prevent this because there's nothing for me if I'm gonna come down with this again. And unfortunately, our natural immunity will not protect us long term from RSV. We can get it again and again and again.
That
So
1
that's
is to
the
2 to
problem.
3. Yeah, I remember that again. 1 will infect 2 to 3. So it spreads. Huh? Again, the contagious aspect of it. What more nga, once it hits, can I go to Dr. Dumlao? 60 and above. Just to really drive home, immunity-wise, once you hit the elderly range, hindi na nga light, hindi na siya simple.
Your immune system is just not as efficient as it was. No? I guess what I always use for comparison is if you have a new car, it's very good, it runs very smoothly, you don't run into problems. But if you're driving a 10-year-old car, then you start to have engine problems, madalas na sa kasa, you have to change parts. So if a car is like that, then why wouldn't we be the same? No? As we age, and especially when we hit our 6th, 7th, 8th decade of life, our immune system also changes. It actually also ages. So there's something that we call a physiologic reserve. It's your body's capacity to recover from a stressful event like an infection. And as we get older, the physiologic reserve goes down. So your capacity to get over an infection also becomes less efficient. So if you have a 25-year-old nagka-pneumonia, I guess within 2-3 days, kaya na niya mag-basketball again. But if you have a 70-year-old that has pneumonia, like Dr. Aleni's patient, it took 2 months.
2 months.
For her to go back to normal. I mean, they can go back to normal, but the length of time and maybe the capacity to be able to do their normal activities really takes longer. So that's the difference, and also why when we talk about the vulnerable population, it's really less than 5 and 60 and above.
And to just compare again, that's the reason why we're focusing on 60-year-old and above. Because as Dr. Fernandez says, and what you just said demonstrated in your car analogy, 20 to 50 kaya pa ng immune system. And that is why today's focus is on seniors, and there's a slight mention of the 5-year-old and below. But more so nga the numbers of senior citizens from 60 and above, grabe ang RSV on them. Not everyone can be as proactive in their approach in this particular range of age, like Miss Nanette Inventor. And your patient, Dr. Fernandez's patient was good girl, di ba? Parang, I'm taking my meds, I'm taking my... So, Miss Nanette, shining the spotlight on that wonderful journey that you shared, it's easier said than done. Because even when you are proactive, even when you are taking all the necessary meds and practices, it can still hit you.
Yeah, that's why I was asking Dr. Sulande, kailangan ba na may RSV daw ako? Kasi I already have my flu shots. And COVID, I have like 5 boosters already. O tapos paano yung RSV? Hindi mo kasama doon? Ba't hindi siya, saling-ket pa siya? Wala siya doon. Dapat pala, meron din ako. O tapos pa, isa pa, dagdagan mo din ng shingles because nagka-shingles din ako. At tapos yung pala, sabi ko, ay, nagka-shingles na po. Eh, single lang yun, hindi ba? Sabi ko, hindi na maging double. Kasi hindi, nag-uulit yan, sabi ng doktor ko. Ay, recurring pala siya. Sabi ko, sige, kukuha ko ng vaccine para dyan.
Miss Nanette, not for anything, paano kung matigas ang ulo? Because a lot of Filipinos can relate to this. We can all relate, lalo na pag kay mama, kay papa, kay lola, if we're still happy to, if we're honored to have a lola, if we have a lola, lolo. Yung, ayoko, bakit pa? May hirapan ako. Ay, sa hospital na naman tayo.
Dali yan. Kasi lagi kong nasabihin na ako ang sample mo. Tingnan mo ako. Sabi ko, ayan, na-COVID ako. Pero nakatayo na naman ako nga. Naghinto lang ako magtrabaho nung pandemic. Pero pagkatapos ng pandemic, kasi during the pandemic in 2021, may pandemic pa noon, di ba? Pero napagaling ako ng mga doktor na katulad ni Dr. Somari, Dr. Fernandez, tapos meron ako sariling doktor na pinsan ko, pulmonologist. Tapos noon, meron pa rin cardiologist, meron lahat ako. Kulit kita. Gusto mo wala ng trabaho, ikaw din. Pareho na tayong senior citizen.
hindi taga Supreme Court, SC. Senior citizen, sabi ko. Oh, please na, huwag na kayo pag-stubborn. Pero, I'm sorry to say this, but meron ako mga kaibigan na, will I say that? Meron ako mga kaibigan, I'm sorry to say this, meron silang, ayaw nilang magpa-vaccine, kahit na anong klase, kasi it is against their belief. So, may mga ganun, they say things that I don't wanna say here. Pero sabi ko na lang sa kanya, ganito yun, parang si God create ang mga doctors. Ang mga doctors, tinulungan niya, tinulungan sila ng mga pharmaceutical para magkaroon ng gamot. Siguro yun ang maganda, pero yung gawa ng isang ano yan, parang hindi ako naniniwala dyan. Ba't i-create ng doktor kung wala kang purpose sa mundong ito? So, yun lang ang sinasabi ko sa kanila. Basta ayoko pa rin. So, hindi ko na sila mapipilit. Pero yung ibang nakukonvince ko, magpatuloy ka sa doktor.
Yeah. Consult with your doctor really is
Yes.
best. It's a conversation to have with your doctors. Diba? Hindi naman pinipilit.
Oo, hindi pinipilit. Converse at saka at the same time, maniwala kasi minsan, yung mga nababasa mo, hindi ko na lang masasabi to sa mga iba na hindi nakakabasa. Sorry yun. Pero ganun na lang yun. Pakinig ka na lang at saka unang-una sa lahat, sabi ko, maniwala ka ba kayo, naniniwala ka sa Diyos? Maniwala ka na lang. Hindi kikreate ng Diyos yung mga tao yan kung walang purpose yan. Kaya yung ginagawa nila ay makabubuti sa atin, hindi makakasama.
Thank you for your positive mindset, Nanette Inventor, ladies and gentlemen. And here again.
Ay, salamat po.
Diba? Thank you. But something in Miss Nanette's speech or that answer actually triggered another part of our doctors' roles when it comes to senior citizens' health. Yung hindi lang pulmo, may cardio, may uro, diba? Ang dami, uro. It is affecting other organs. And again, it's beyond good immune system or declining immune system. May talagang lumalabas. So, comorbidities, again, just to drive home how RSV drives home, especially when you do have asthma, heart disease, diabetes, and all that. Double time. Times 2, if I'm trying to remember your side, times 2 yung isa, times 6 yung isa, then may times 13. So even more so for our senior members of the family to have this conversation and check up. Anybody want to jump at that? Dr. Lula?
In reality, I was telling somebody, the WHO defines healthy aging not as the absence of disease, but rather the presence of a controlled disease and being able to maintain functionality. So right now, unlike before, ang goal ng doctors is not longevity. We don't aim to make you live as long as possible. What we would like to do is make you as functional and as independent for as long as possible. So I'm sure Ms. Nanette Inventor can relate. If you're in the hospital, in bed, naka-Foley catheter ka, naka-diaper ka, there's sort of a loss of dignity that somebody has to clean you up when you pee, when you poo. So I have a lot of patients, pipigilan yan. Ayaw mag-poop, ayaw mag-pee, because they don't want anyone else touching them. So the goal of actually the doctors is, kahit may sakit kayo, we want it to be well controlled, like Ms. Nanette Inventor's diabetes, hypertension, she's on maintenance meds. It doesn't mean that she's not aging healthily, because she probably is, as long as the diseases are controlled, and she's able to do the things she enjoys, able to go out, able to be independent. So it's really quality of life. And again, realistically, when I get patients who are 60 and above, I very rarely get patients without any disease. Most of the time, they really have 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. But they're still able to play mahjong, they're able to do ballroom dancing, some still run their own companies. So that's what you want to maintain. And part of actually a big bulk of treatment will really be preventive rather than reactive. So one of the armamentarium for preventive medications is really vaccination. So we advocate that a lot in our clinics.
Yes, go ahead, Dr. Solange.
So, ano lang, dagdagan ko lang yung sinabi ni Sandy, no? Because I think what I want the media to really converse with the population, sa mga seniors, meron tayong tinatawag na healthy aging. So yung describe ni Sandy kanina, yun yung tinatawag ng WHO, healthy aging. Meaning, maski may edad ka na, maski may mga comorbidities ka, if you prevent them from getting those infections that are vaccine preventable, then they can still live a healthy life.
And that's what we all want and aspire to have. So thank you very, very much to my doctors. Can we please give a round of applause for Dr. Solante, Dr. Fernandez, Dr. Lumlao, and Ms. Nanette Inventor. We're going to have them back later for some photo opportunities. But again, we hope that you got very enriching answers and clarified the data and the experience of what RSV is. So we can only hope that you will